Welcome to Chaotically Nerdy, a podcast made by nerds for nerds. This podcast is made by adults, for adults, and for children with bad parents. Adult language will be used, and adult situations may arise. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chaotically Nerdy. On today's episode is Tyler.
And Jarrett.
And Ethan.
Hey, we all did that the same. That is the first time I think that's ever happened.
Yeah. Don't get fucking used to it.
I know. Ooh, I smell your vape, and it smells delicious.
It is cranberry soda.
I don't think that's what I smelled.
Probably not.
It might have been, but here he goes, hitting it again. It doesn't smell like... It smells fruity, but I don't think it smells like a cranberry.
It's pretty good. It tastes good. Anyway. Today's
topic will be video game adapted shows and movies. So these are movies that... Some of these are not actually... They started out as movies, but then video games were based off of them, and vice versa.
But
most of them
are...
But
the video games are more popular,
yes,
generally speaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only one that isn't is probably Digimon.
Oh, Digimon was a show.
Well, I know, but we're talking about movies and shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Digimon was a video game first, right?
Nope.
No, backwards? It was a show, then a video game?
Show has awful video games, generally.
Yeah.
Shit, what?
It was a show and has awful video games.
Okay, and
it's like the reverse of the rest of these.
Yeah. The way you said that confused the shit out of me.
I amended some words.
Yeah, you did. So, first up, we're going to go through movies, and we'll talk about the Tomb Raider series. So, there's the old style one, which is Angelina Jolie. 2 movies? Mm-hmm. Is that how many there's out?
See.
They're terrible.
Yeah. They're not great.
The video games are fun.
Yeah. I mean, they're all right.
It was early 3D platforming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean...
Pointy tits.
They weren't really pointy, and they weren't really tits. They were just polygons.
Pointy polygons.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you there was some 17-year-old out there that was playing that video game and was playing something else, too.
Oh, yeah. That was not me. I didn't play these games until later, they were not good.
I played Tomb Raider. It was a PlayStation 1. I don't remember how old I was. Probably 10 or so.
I've never played one.
I got to the point where, like, you're in this cave and there's wolves, and the wolves kept killing me, so I stopped playing. I did that a lot as a kid. Like, I would play a video game, and I would just be done with it. As soon as they murdered me, it's like, nah, this is too hard. I give up.
I'm done.
Well, see, the games were better, and they came out before everyone got so upset about glitches all the time and like failures in the game. So like they were really not smooth games.
No, they were not.
And
the newest iterations are smooth.
Yeah, they are smooth. The old ones that they based the movies off of were not. The movies somehow were worse.
Yeah.
That's pretty common for
video game movies.
Yeah, especially
video game adaptations. I mean,
it's hard to take that enjoyment that you have while you're playing it.
At least the video games had this sense of exploration to them.
Yeah, and I think it's hard to do that with a movie,
especially
you have to stay so point on.
Like the early 3D environment for games, like that was a big thing. Yeah. That's why they were so popular.
Which the newer games, I think, would fit a movie better. Like,
oh yeah,
you could adapt one of the games pretty well straight to movie.
It's kind of what the new movie was based off of.
I watched it, but I didn't remember.
It's not bad. It's just kind of there. It's like, meh.
Yeah, I remember watching it. Couldn't tell you a thing that happened in it.
Oh,
she raided some tombs or a tomb.
They're not just. I mean, they're almost standalone movies. Mm-hmm. They don't have a lot of difference between them. You know,
there's a bad guy who wants some treasure.
Yeah.
She's trying to find the treasure because she's not Indiana Jones. And she's trying to get it back to where it's going to be in a museum.
Yeah.
every time. There's some complications on the way. There's some danger. There's some slow motion jumps where she has to catch onto a ledge and pull herself up, and that's the end of the movie.
And a lot of them are, my dad was looking for this, and he died.
Yeah.
Oh, the only thing I remember from the new movie is she just gets like fucked up in it like a bunch, just like gets the shit kicked out of
Which
her.
I'm okay with, because in the video games, you should have died like 15 times in the video games.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happens in the movie. She just
So,
like gets like
If you're getting the crap kicked out of you through the movie, like you should have, like, that's a perfect run in the video game. Like, it's like
You had no deaths.
no deaths. That, good job. They're not hard games though.
No, they're not.
No.
In fact, most of the time that you like get hurt and you have those near-death experiences are story.
Or there's a problem in the game that has caused you not to be able to have the game function the way it should.
Yeah. So next up is the Mortal Kombat series, which is probably my favorite adapted movie on this list.
all
Yeah,
of them
agreed.
also are dog shit.
Yeah, they're dog shit, but
they're
man,
fun.
yeah,
They're really
They're
campy.
They're a good time.
They're
that's
B-movie action movies.
yes, but that's the
And
thing
a
about
But
some,
they could be enjoyable.
Banger of a theme.
Yeah.
you know how many movies banger of a thing. Yeah,
It is.
It's pretty good. It's
they
pretty
do
good.
have some good music. The newest one I thought was funny at times, and but it felt like it was trying to be too nostalgic, and it was just meh.
The newest one was probably one of the better ones.
It was the best. That's not a high bar to clear though.
It's not my favorite
See,
one.
I just-
but it's
I guess
generally speaking, from a critical standpoint, it's better.
yeah, I can see that. I feel like the first one was so bad it was good.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
first one's not. The second one's worse.
No, the
like,
second
way
one's
worse.
like absolute dog shit. The second one is one that I will not watch.
Yeah.
Like I can't watch it. The first one is that one for me that I just really like. Next up is the Y'all get that?
Really?
Resident Evil.
Stella typed that one.
Resident Evil.
Yes, Resident Evil series.
I've seen the first movie and that's it.
I've not seen a single one.
But they're all, from what I gather, not good.
Also, I've never played a Resident Evil game.
They are almost wholly unrelated
Yeah. Like,
to the video game. So
Yeah.
it's really not an adaptation as it is
like
like an appendices.
it's like set in the same universe essentially.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't
So
know. It's like the
the,
Silmarillion to the Lord of the Rings.
With like the
It's
Umbrella
not really-
Corp, that's the only like really connecting tissue between them. Is like that the evil corporation is the same.
And there's zombies.
And there's
But-
zombies.
and it's in Raccoon City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget. I think one of them's like called like Return to Raccoon City or something like that. I think.
Solid.
They're okay action movies. You could sit down and watch them,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
they
if you
don't
like
really
if you like
have a lot
Mila
to do.
Jovovich or Djokovic,
Djokovic.
Djokovic, forget. If you like her, she's the lead in all of.
Next up is Prince of Persia.
Oh boy!
Dog shit movie.
I've never seen it.
Actually, if you don't know anything about the video game, you could watch it.
I watched it before the video game.
Jake Gyllenhaal's accent is garbage. It has nothing to do with where he's at in the world. It's not good, but the games are really good. I think the games are pretty fun to play.
Never played the games.
You should. They're
I think
pretty good.
I think I watched the movie and I was like, I don't need to play the game.
This has turned into a review of the game behind the movie, but
Well,
the games are good. The movie is watchable, but it doesn't make a lot of sense.
it's understandable that we're taking the games and the movies together.
That's true.
Because they're adapted from the games. We want to know, like, was the game good and was the movie dog shit, or was the movie good and the game dog shit? Or was both dog shit? Mm-hmm. Which, I don't know. I've never played this. Next up is Warcraft. Ethan's favorite movie of all time.
No, it is not.
I liked the movie. I
didn't-
never played WoW though.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, I wanted more.
It's a really good movie.
But not if you come from WoW.
It has weird, like, almost political type things involved with the game and with what Blizzard was doing at Active Blizzard was doing at the time. So
They weren't they acted Blizzard whenever this came out?
Yes.
2013. Yeah, they've been active with it for a long time.
Have they? Good God. I
Since
did not realize that.
I don't remember if it was Cataclysm or if it was the very
I'm missing
end
some
of-
years apparently because I thought that was like 2017 that they did that.
No,
Fuck.
no. But no. Compared to the game, it has some weird connotations. It's not really all that wrong. It doesn't have anything wrong in it. It's a very good adaptation of the world. There are some strange things here and there that would cause like a deep dive fan
To
for Warcraft
lose their shit, probably.
to be kind of upset about, but get over it because it's a decent movie and it's a pretty well done adaptation.
Yeah.
The problems that lie with it are more on like the political side of like you created an entire expansion around promoting a movie.
Yeah.
It's like 2.5 years devoted to the promotion of a movie
Yeah.
through a video game that you basically lost half, if not more,
No,
of
more.
your subscribers.
I don't
to
know
it.
at that time, but like now it's like a third or third. It's like a fourth or a fifth.
It's gone up since the new
No, it hasn't.
expansion. Yeah.
That they've lost.
They've gained back.
Okay, they gained
Yeah,
back.
they've gained
Gotcha.
back.
Okay. That's why I didn't know if he was meaning to add more. He said a fourth or a fifth. I
No,
didn't know if he was meaning that it was.
And like its
but it
peak
went
is like
back
what?
down.
Well,
the peak was like 15 or 16 million.
I don't remember exactly
Something
what
like
the peak
that.
was. It's close to that. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of subscribers. That's like
That's
$15 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now
It's
it's
crazy.
like 3 or 4 million or maybe 5.
At one point, towards the end of the last expansion, I think it was down close to or below 1 million.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
Which is low.
That's really,
I don't think they've been down that low since it came out.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I same as Jarrett. I liked the movie.
Yeah.
But coming from I've played Warcraft, but not to the extent that I really know
Oh,
anything
you
that's
hadn't
going
played
on.
it then, though.
No, I had not played it whenever I watched the movie. So it was kind of,
I remember we all went and seen it in theaters and we were like,
Pretty good.
I did not see it in theater.
The CGI was actually really good.
I think it was me, Ethan,
Surprising.
and Ryan, and Andy, maybe?
Yeah.
May have been Andy.
Next up, which is not really a video game adaptive movie, but it's kind of based off of
It's
video.
a movie based off a video game.
Yeah. Detective Pikachu, which I loved. It was Ryan Reynolds taking a job so he could make a joke in Deadpool.
It was a little bit strange.
It was strange.
A little bit strange, but I'm actually happy with the direction that they took it because if they went really hardcore closer to actual Pokemon, it would have been not good.
Yeah.
I don't think. And so like kind of separating it out and being a lot different. And it was good.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable. It was a good movie.
And it was neat to see.
This is probably my favorite one on the list.
You think so?
So it's easily probably the best movie on the list.
Yeah.
Is there another movie on here that's better?
I think Sonic is.
Sonic might be better.
Which, let's talk about Sonic now. We'll skip Uncharted for a second and go to Sonic.
Sure.
It was Sonic the Hedgehog. The internet bullied a studio into changing their design of a character, and it worked out.
I'm still
One
not
of
sure.
my favorite things that's ever
I'm
happened.
still not sure that wasn't on purpose
It might have been.
as a marketing thing.
It might have been because they did change it pretty.
It's pretty quick.
It was quick and easy. Kind of like they had that in the back door.
Kind
waiting.
of, yeah.
It might have been a ploy.
I don't know. It was so unnerving.
It was
the
weird.
original
It looked
images.
so bad.
Oh, man.
Not even images. They put out a trailer,
Yeah.
and it looked like dog shit. And then
It would have been easier for them just to do that in the first place, which is why I have to agree. I think they did it in the first place. They put this out here as kind of a marketing ploy.
they probably
Get
did.
everybody talking about, gotta go watch that trailer to see how dog shit Sonic looks in it.
And then they fix it, and then they're like, "Hey, we're the studio
Yeah,
that
because
fixed
then,
it."
Yeah, then you say you fixed it, release a new trailer, which is really the same trailer with the same footage, just with
Different
the new,
design.
with
If
new
that's the
design.
case, if that's the case, it's really clever because there's so many times fans of a certain IP have come to a studio when they're making something and said, please don't mess it up. Please
Yeah.
don't mess it up.
And
they ignore it.
intentionally. Air quotes.
I mean, most of
Mess it
these on this list are are a part of that
Yeah.
problem.
yeah,
So like Tomb Raider included,
Yeah.
like don't mess it up, don't mess it up, and then they just like, yeah, we don't care about you.
yeah.
because we want our artistic expression. So it's really clever marketing ploy if that is the case,
Were they?
where they fix the problem because the community wanted them to.
Yeah, and it probably is. Like,
If not,
It was-
either way, I can appreciate it.
yes.
Yeah.
Either they listened to the fans or they were smart enough to outthink the fans.
I
Yeah.
would like to hope that they had listened to the fans and changed what
Yeah.
they were doing.
Yes,
But
but they
I'm not
did
gonna
it
hold
so
my-
fast.
Yeah,
it almost
it was.
a little intentional.
It takes like a long time to do that shit.
And not to mention, you
So-
got to fix every scene Sonic's in. I
yeah.
mean, it was probably planned. Mm-hmm. Or they had it in the back door and was hoping they could just put out a trailer where it looks shitty, and then people would go watch the movie. But everybody hated it so much, like they'd already fixed it in the film, but the trailer they had put out for shitty to make people want to go watch it to see how shitty it is.
If it's for real that they changed it, I hope whoever made that original trailer and made that original
Was
Sonic,
fired.
I hope they cried.
I
is
hope
what
they did
hope.
too, if it was real.
I hope they cried because they thought it was great, and I hope they realized the error of their ways.
It was probably the director
Probably.
or a producer of some sort that was like, yes, stamp of approval.
Jim Carrey as Dr. Eggman is great.
Oh, one of the best.
Yes. Everybody kind of, because he doesn't look like your typical Eggman, he's not fat, is basically the.
But you have to
Biggest
have that
difference.
kind of over the top for Eggman.
Yes. And he did great.
Oh,
and
it's
the fact
wonderful.
that it was Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was going to be his last movie. Was what Jim
said-
Carrey had said. Apparently there's talks of a third, and he said that he would reprise his acting career for Eggman.
Well, I think it's a good casting because Jim Carrey is already insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. People don't realize it, but man.
Go watch any of his interviews from the past like 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. Let's go back a step. We'll go talk about Uncharted, which was the newest. There's only one Uncharted movie,
Yep.
correct? The one with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg.
Yep. That was a weird pairing
It is a weird pairing.
because Mark Wahlberg is not Sully.
No.
This felt like in the same line as the Tomb Raider thing,
It's because they're the same fucking
Except-
franchise.
except for it was
They are. Am I
it was,
wrong?
It was better done. The games
Yeah.
were better done, and the movie was better.
I've never played the games. I enjoyed the movie.
I played half of the third game.
3D platformer.
Yeah, it's
I
the
mean,
same.
it's a 3D platformer. You're trying to find treasures, and you're gonna go put them in a museum. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
You're Indiana Jones, except you're not.
I didn't
You're
want to
Indiana
say that for Tomb Raider because it's a woman. So
It's the same premise though. You're like indie, but you're not.
not indie.
Yeah.
You're Indiana Jamie, not Indiana Jones. I hate myself. Next up is the Angry Birds movie. There's 2 of those that I know of.
I've
There
never watched
a third.
one.
You haven't?
Nope.
They're not terrible.
I never really cared about the games though.
I didn't either. I played it, but
They're fun.
yeah,
They're fun, but I'm just like
they're
I'm
a
like,
time distraction.
They're
I won't
ti-
really
yeah,
say that they're fun.
time sinks for you to like. I'm waiting on my coffee or
Yeah.
I was very confused about this. It was like Mortal Kombat. How do you make
Yeah.
a movie out of something so simple?
But
They did a pretty good
it
job.
they did a pretty good job, and it opens up a door to where because there's not a story to follow, they can make whatever story they want, and
Yeah.
it wasn't bad.
yeah, it's-
I agree. I enjoyed the movie. I'm not much into kids' movies anymore, but it was still pretty good.
I watched them more than anything else, but
you have a child, so that checks
I
out.
watched them more than anything else before I had a child.
Fair enough. You help. Yep.
I am a child. And then the Pokemon movies, there's like 72 of them, so I
Yep.
didn't write down each of them.
Nope. I've only watched like the first like 4. Because that's when I watched the anime still.
Yeah.
Spoilers. How many of them did Ash die in?
Canonically, he's died like how many times? 5 times? 4 times? 6 times? Something like
That's
that.
so strange.
Seems
to
like
me.
a
But
lot.
some of them are in the actual canon of the anime, and the rest of them are in
Not canon.
the movies. Yeah, which aren't canon. I think he's died 3 times in the movies.
I think I've watched 3 of the Pokemon movies.
I think I've watched a couple of them.
First one was Mewtwo. Second one was Lugia.
Lugia, yeah.
And then the third one was Entei.
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I watched that one.
Fourth
But
one.
Entei and them weren't really in it, were they?
Entei was.
Entei was?
Yeah, because him and Charizard fight. It's the
Yeah.
one with the Entei's like in the fucking tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've watched that.
Fourth one's Cerebi, and then
I don't think I watched that one.
fifth one's Latios. I
Yeah,
think.
that's past my knowledge.
Yeah.
I got no idea. I don't know why I put this one up here because I think it's coming out and it hasn't come out yet. Tetris. I think there's a Tetris movie coming out, which we talked about. We don't. Yeah, we don't know where they're going to go with the story, but same thing as Angry Birds.
I don't know a lot of Tetris lore because it's Tetris. I mean,
Is there a lore to it?
that's what I'm saying. The only Tetris that had any sort of lore that I knew was like the Mario Tetris.
So from what I seen whenever I was making this script, it looked like it was going to be like a almost. I'm trying to think of the best way to say it. So I think it was going to be like a challenge against somebody else. Like the world is playing like
Planet's gonna die. We
If
need
they-
the world's best Tetris player to save the world.
that's what it looked like.
Gotcha.
That was very brief.
If it's a comedy, it could be good. If it's not a comedy, I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Aliens have invaded Earth, and they
I want
request
Kevin
to play the Earth's champion in a game of Tetris.
I want Kevin Hart to trip and like put the long piece
Yeah.
flat and just ruin the whole thing.
Yeah. And be self-aware of how ridiculous this movie is going to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like Sonic, just like
Detective Pichu?
yeah,
Pikachu?
just like Detective Pikachu. Realize how ridiculous this is going to be, and then
Lean
live
into
with
it.
live with
Yeah.
it, and work with it. It could be good. It could be really bad.
Now let's go into the TV show. Or actually, no, let's not go into the TV shows because I almost skipped it. The Super Mario Brothers movies. The old Italian plumber with Ron Jeremy. You can't tell me it's not. We've talked about this. You can't tell me it's not Ron
It's not
Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy.
You can't tell me it's not.
It might be like Ron Jamie.
It's easily the weirdest.
Don't you use my own jokes against me, you bitch.
Like there are bad adaptations, and then there are just like fucking weird adaptations.
And this is one of the weird.
And it
This is
the
somebody.
weirdest.
But it's good.
Is
It is
it?
enjoyable. It's like the
How much
Mortal
weed
Kombat.
do you smoke?
I've not seen it since I
Not
was
a
a
lot.
small child.
What's in that vape?
Nicotine. So no, I find the old one enjoyable.
I haven't seen it since I was probably like 6 or 7.
It's like a cult following
And I
thing,
was
right?
like-
yeah,
This is not like the video game.
it's
I-
not like the video games.
I
at
was
all.
probably 6 or 7 when I started to watch it, and then went, "Well, this isn't like the video game," and shut it off. In fact, my mother probably shut it off because she thought it was Ron Jeremy and probably thought I was watching porn. It's a possibility. So, and then we, God damn.
Let that rest. Just let that settle.
Yeah, let that sit for a second.
Yep.
And then we got the new one with Chris Pratt and all that to
Yeah.
look forward to this year.
It seems like they're leaning into it.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be more
Yeah.
Mario
hope it's
based.
good.
And we have discussed at D&D that maybe this is the start of them having like a Super Smash Brothers universe.
Yeah.
Where they have like a big.
They're gonna do the MCU, whole MCU, but it's the NCU.
Yep.
I don't need full on universes of everything.
Tell me it would be fucking awesome though to see.
I would watch a-
Mario,
no.
Sonic, and Link.
You're not gonna watch Fire Emblem,
Yeah.
I would.
Never played a game, but it was
Star
probably cool.
Fox.
Kirby.
Instead of making a full universe, though, I would rather you just have a Super Smash Bros. Movie.
I'd rather have a whole universe.
I think we would need a few,
Yeah, I mean, there's a
movies?
few, but
like a Zelda movie of some sort.
yes, a Zelda movie would be good.
Maybe I'm not sure if Donkey Kong's
Just
gonna be
running
Mario,
around smacking pots.
but I feel like he'll probably be like
I mean, but all in all, it really is the Avengers, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's Iron Man, Mario.
yeah. They fight. What's his name? Master Hand or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the big villain of Super Smash Brothers.
It
I
is
didn't know there was a big villain of Super Smash Bros.
again.
I used the word villain. It's like that's the thing you fight at the end of the story mode of Super
I
Smash.
didn't know there was a story mode to it. I've never played it.
Again, I think that leaning into ridiculousness
Is always
is
a good
always a good option because you're just gonna make people like it.
option. Yeah.
Because look, haha, it's like Deadpool.
Yeah, everybody loves self-depreciating humor.
Yeah.
Well,
you make fun of yourself.
That's why I feel like Ryan Reynolds took the job as Detective Pikachu, so he can make fun of it in
totally.
the next Deadpool. I
See,
imagine.
they've already got the first one, Detective Pikachu. So they bring him
There you
in
go.
as the Pokemon trainer for Smash Brothers.
God damn it!
Yep, you got like
No, you have Hugh Jackman be the Pokemon trainer,
yes.
and Ryan Reynolds voice Pikachu.
I'm down for that.
Okay, we're going to do a fan
That
cast.
would be funny.
Fuck! Now we're gonna have to do a Super Smash Bros. Fan cast.
Because I'm for, like, Hugh Jackman as Ganondorf. So,
Okay. Now let's go to TV shows. Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Jarrett, did you watch it?
No.
Ethan, did you watch it?
no.
I watched it very recently. It's not. I mean, it's a pretty good show.
I just never didn't care about the cyberpunk universe. So I was like, all right.
Yeah, it doesn't explain like time wise. It doesn't really have too much to do. It's the same universe, but it has nothing to do with the video games. It helps to have played the video games because then you understand some of the like concepts of like how they add stuff to themselves. Like they become more robotic.
I think Jamie said he cried.
He did say he cried, and I don't understand why. I mean, that's just me.
Yeah,
but,
you do.
I mean, he's a bitch, but
Weepy bitch.
That's not exactly what I meant, but okay. All right. Anyway, the only thing I know about Cyberpunk the only thing I really actually know that I like about Cyberpunk, I'll say, is anything having to do with Keanu Reeves.
he's not in the show.
No, I know. That's why I haven't watched it.
It's not. It's a good show to watch, and it's short. Like I cranked through it.
Yeah.
It took me like 2 or 3 days, and for me, that's fucking fast.
Yeah, because how long did it take me to get you to watch Rings of Power?
Like months,
Oh, yeah.
It was like 3 months.
probably, from the start of it. And then next up, Arcane. I'm still 2 episodes in,
Yep.
talking about taking a long time to watch shit. I've watched 2 episodes of Arcane. Ethan, I know you've watched it. It's League of Legends. It's what it's based off of, but there's not a lot of lore.
Yeah, there is.
There's a lot of
There
lore.
is a lot.
But there's no
But-
story from the actual video.
That's
From the
what
video game, there's
yeah.
no like story mode or anything.
They
like
built
that.
their own story based on the lore, essentially.
And this is all like pre.
Sort of. Yes.
Yeah, from what I understood, yeah, it's like filling in gaps.
It's
like before.
origin stories
Yeah,
is
origin
what
stories.
it is. And it'll be interesting to see what else they do with it because I'm not so sure that it's just wholly accurate, but from what I've seen, it is very accurate to like the feeling of the world that they built. Because of course, when I got into League of Legends, I got into the lore for reasons unknown, but it's good. It's really good, and they stick to the characters. They picked good voice actors for the characters. It's an enjoyable show,
Well, that's good.
and I highly suggest it. Actually,
I will slowly watch it. It's something about whenever they're hour-long episodes, it's hard for me to crank through them.
just watch them half at a time. Twice as many
I
episodes.
can't.
Look at that.
I am not that person.
That ain't me.
When I sit down to watch a show, that episode is getting finished. I don't care what I have to do. I don't care if I have to snort some cocaine to get through it. That's a joke.
If you don't like hour-long episodes, I have some bad news for you.
They're all out.
Like every new TV show is hour-long.
I know.
Hour-long episodes.
And
You
I
watch The Boys.
hate it. Yeah.
You hate it.
I hate that they're hour-long
You hate
episodes.
the extra content.
No, I don't hate the extra. I would rather have more episodes.
Yeah, because watching
But
the
less
20
time.
minute show is just wonderful.
It's easier for me. I can watch one episode and then
more
go do
digestible.
something else.
Hey, yeah, I got the show for you. Tales from the Jedi. They're super small. They're like 5-10 minute episodes.
Why not
See, I like
Friends?
those too.
Friends has 20-minute episodes.
I watch Friends all the time.
Yeah, it's
It used to be my go to sleep show. It would just be on the TV and then I'd fall asleep.
point making. Like I've made it. I've made the point.
I don't think yet.
I think I have.
Next up is Digimon, which, like we already talked about, kind of bounced around. Games were dog shit. I love the show.
Show is actually has like some real solid, what I would consider like early 2000s anime seasons.
Yeah. I would put it better than Pokemon.
Yeah, I think anime is better than Pokemon's anime.
I think it is.
Yeah.
by a
I
long
think
shot.
Pokemon's is more.
At least the first four series of Digimon are. I haven't watched any of the new stuff,
I
but
feel like Pokemon's more kid oriented,
yeah,
and Digimon has a little bit darker themes to it.
yeah.
I feel like Digimon takes a little bit longer to really get into a story.
I will
Sure,
agree with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But the story is a lot deeper than Pokemon, whereas Pokemon's is just surface level. Like,
I want to be the best.
yeah.
Let me give it a shot for 32 years.
Took him.
And then, like, Digimon is, oh God, we're kids and we're now stuck in this digital world with digital monsters.
What the fuck is that glob of meat that's talking to me?
Oh God.
What's that?
That's how they
Pink-
start out.
What's that pink poo shaped Digimon? That's a real thing.
I know it is, and I hate it.
I like the way that they did the evolutions better than Pokemon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They look way cooler.
that they don't stay that evolution too.
No, they go back to their originals.
Well, not even their originals. They go back to like their second, because their originals are just like a little
Yeah.
bit.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Only
sure.
when they mega digivolve do they go back to their because it sucks all the power out.
Oh, really?
Then
Yeah.
they become pocket
Yeah,
size. You can
because
actually-
Wargreymon becomes Koromon. He's little fucking like pink.
He's orange, isn't he?
No, the little one is like little pink.
Is he pink?
Yeah,
I didn't think he was.
Yeah,
like
but they're
little
not
pink Bob.
like saving them in extra dimensional space because they are in extra dimensional space.
Yeah.
Yeah, which to me is a lot more explainable than the Pokeballs. Where do they go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite of them is the third season because where they use like the actual like Digimon trading cards to like use it.
And they had to like.
It was
slide
like a
it
card
over.
game, yeah. It was like where like you could power up your Digimon. It was like interesting. And it was the only one that most of it was based in the human world.
I think the movie was probably my favorite.
Yeah, the original movie that's literally two OVAs smushed together.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's why there's.
It is, isn't
That's
it?
why it
That's
goes.
why it's so fucking weird.
Yeah, it's two like 40 or 50-minute OVAs from Japan. They went. These have like similar. There's like like the villain is like similarly the same kind of.
It's like a through story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
But the other thing
like
about Digimon is they end up evolving into things that are a lot more human. So
Yes.
it gets a little weird
Yeah,
at times. So
a cat becomes an angel.
Yeah.
yeah.
Both cats. Isn't there two cats?
All cats are angels.
No, one of them's a cat.
Patamon's like a fucking I don't know.
It's like a gerbil with
yeah, like a
ear
wing-
wings.
Yeah, a winged gerbil.
I don't even remember what the cactus turns into and it like does its like
It's like a human cactus. It's just
Super
like a
big.
bigger
it's
cactus.
it
isn't
becomes a flower lady, like a
Yeah.
nymph.
yeah, that's right.
It's I mean it is like
I
literally-
know. I know.
I think it's like Lilymon or something. I don't remember.
Yeah. Succulent.
It's all up here still. I don't know why I know this stuff.
Emphasis on the suck. Oh, god damn it. And then Pokemon, which we've talked about like 6 different times. The show's good. It's not
It's
great. It's a good show for kids to
It's
watch.
a classic show.
If you
for
got kids, put it on.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll like it. Maybe they won't. I
I'll
feel like
make them watch it anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
It's
every
good
kid
for them.
I feel like every kid gets into it though. At some
Puts hair
point.
on their chest.
Just a 7-year-old girl starts like, "Why do I have hair? What's wrong? Mom doesn't have hair."
How do you wait? We got to go on about this. How do you feel about them getting rid of Ash Ketchum?
They should have done it way sooner.
Yeah.
It's been 42 years.
Yeah, it's
I enjoy all the theories about how this new protagonist is related to Ash. It's really funny.
The 10-year-old.
Yeah. No, because they're assuming there's a time skip, and there probably will be. It's like
they'll
his
have
sister.
Ash as an adult.
I am hoping it's his like half sister, and then they can canonize the.
We're not canonizing.
I just want. Hey, what are we talking about? I want him to lean into the funny fan theory.
So,
It'd
like-
be funny.
so
My
like,
question is, which fan theory? Because I've seen 2.
no, because her
No.
last name has to be Oak.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the fan theory. I was like, I didn't know if it was that one or are we leaning Mr. Mime? Like Pokemon can have kids now because that's a
That'd be funny too.
fan theory.
Yeah, it is the other fan theory.
Is that what he's doing? Ethan had his hands up and miming.
Acting like Mr.
I don't know what he was miming. If I'm
It's
being
Mr.
honest,
Mime.
he was just miming.
That's what Mr. Mime does.
I know, but still.
Because it's like a glass.
Yeah,
It's like him
it's
using reflect or light screen.
glass without the GL.
And then I added The Witcher. God damn it!
The Witcher.
I added The Witcher because it's obviously based off of video games. I'm like about to have a stroke from Mr. Mime bullshit.
You're welcome.
No. So I added The Witcher. We've talked about it enough. We don't have to talk about it. I just added it to mention it, that it is based off of video games, because there will be some people out there that don't know that. They've just watched The Witcher because it's Henry Cavill.
Yeah, and it's all right.
The first season's really good, and then after that, it's just going to go down until it's sad and disappointing.
We've talked about it enough.
I just want to premise.
Moving on. These are upcoming movies that we're going to talk about.
Slash
There's gonna be,
shows.
Yes, slash shows. Well, I don't even know which one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know which will be
Which
which.
is which? It's
There will be a Borderlands.
piece of news that came out. Or were you gonna bring it up? That Eli Roth, the director of this movie, got fired from it.
Oh,
And
solid.
they hired. Who was it? Hang on, let me look.
Either way, I don't know how they'll do this because they're so custom. There's a customizable. There's a customability. What the fuck am I trying to say?
Randomness? Is that what you're going
No,
for? I mean, they
it's-
are like completely random, like loot and stuff you get.
Yeah, but what I mean is like us three could all go play Borderlands,
Yeah.
and we would have 3 different people. We would have 3 different main characters.
I believe it's supposed to be based off the original 4 from the
So
first
it's going to
Borderlands.
be based off the team.
That makes sense.
Tim Miller was the director they brought in, who did Deadpool 1, I believe.
Okay,
Oh.
Let me double check that. Yep.
it'll be interesting to see.
So,
Hopefully, they'll lean into the good stuff and stay away from the
I mean,
stupid stuff.
they still have Jack Black as Claptrap, so it's probably going to be worth seeing it for that.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Or I'll just
That's-
watch all the clips on TikTok.
that's
pretty good.
true too. You will probably see every single clip on TikTok.
Yeah.
Death Stranding. I have never played the video game.
Nope.
I've heard it has a good story, but I don't have a PlayStation, so I haven't played it. Five Nights at Freddy's.
That could be like a solid like horror movie.
It really, if they do it right, it could be
considering
really
it's a
good.
horror game franchise, it's
I-
went
I
long
tried to
past-
play this game.
Really?
long
I
past its
stopped
original
very
legs.
early.
It's a very simple game, really. It's like just
Yeah.
managing your lights and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, at least for the first one.
Manage your shit
Yeah.
is basically the idea. So that I'm interested to see how they'll do that, because most horror movies, they have people out walking around doing stuff like that. So it may be a little different. There will be a Just Cause movie. It's untitled right now. We don't know the name.
It's probably gonna be called Just Cause.
If
If
it's
I had to bet.
it should be directed by Michael Bay. If it's not,
Totally.
because that video game is stunts.
How could you not?
Exactly. It Takes Two, which again untitled, is a good co-op game. It's supposed to have like a sweet kind of story to it.
Is that the one with
It's
the
about
two,
the-
One
about
where
the
it's co-op.
divorce.
the
and
two like brothers or whatever? Like they're not brothers.
No, it's a divorced couple.
Divorce couple. Okay, I'm thinking.
this
of a
is
different
a fairly new.
Well,
game.
they're not divorced yet.
I'm thinking of a different
I don't think they're in the process of separating.
Yes,
I'm
they're in
thinking
the
of a different
process of separating, and they are like having an argument. They get shrunk down, and they have to work together. And then, as they work together throughout the game, they fall back in love. And
Sounds like a shitty rom-com movie to me.
yeah,
I mean, that's what it'll end up being.
that's
Probably.
100%.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the movie. The game should be good.
Yeah, I'm
The
saying
game I've heard is very good.
they will take a shitty rom-com script and slap it on this movie.
So I bought this game for me and Ashley to play.
Yeah,
Yeah, and we haven't got to yet, but we're going to before we separate.
as when you guys start fighting, that's whenever you're like, "Put in the game."
We haven't fought yet, so it's good.
Minecraft. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with that.
Who knows?
It'll be interesting.
There's already a Minecraft movie of sorts. It's an interactive
Yes.
thing. It's actually pretty interesting because it's interactive, but I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Another one that is coming out that I have no idea how the fuck they're gonna do this one is Just Dance.
It sounds awful.
Hopefully, it
I-
will be like the comedy kind of.
I want it to have the same plot as Tetris. You have to save the world by playing Just Dance.
Yeah, that's. I hope it leans into that. There will be a Splinter Cell movie or show.
That could be good.
It's going to be made by
Could be
Netflix, from what I've seen.
Could be good.
So could be good. Kind of be action drama type show. The Last of Us, which we know is coming out.
Reviews are good.
Yes, it had 100% on Rotten Tomatoes with 28 reviews at the time that they seen the 100%. But still, they were like 28 people gave this 100. There will be a Knuckles spinoff, which I believe will be a show on Paramount Plus sometime this year. So it should be Idris Elba because he did Knuckles in the second movie. So that'll be interesting. Also, I liked his character in Sonic 2. Assassin's Creed.
Found one we forgot.
Again?
The original
Assassin's Creed.
The Assassin's Creed movie with Michael Fassbender.
Oh,
We'll touch on it here.
have never seen it.
It was not even anywhere close to the original game.
Yeah, it's just kind of
system.
Yeah, it's dog shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
There was some cool parkour in it, but that's about it.
There was better parkour in The Office.
Yeah.
Better parkour.
Yeah, exactly.
Where we at? There's going to be a Tomb Raider animated series. It will probably be the same as the shows or movies.
It could be like at least interesting in animated form.
Yeah, it'll probably look better.
They can do a lot more than they could in the live action.
Yeah.
Twisted Metal on Peacock.
What are they going to do with Twisted Metal?
It's going to be like an action show where
I understand that. It's Twisted Metal.
I know, but it's literally going to be like a fight.
It's got Anthony Mackie in it, so I'm intrigued. At least I'll watch the trailer when it comes out.
There is a.
So that's all I can give you. I'll watch the trailer when it comes out.
That's all I can give. There's in talks of a Pokemon live action show on Netflix, but it has not been announced. So I imagine it'll be like kind of the same as Detective Pikachu, but
Where are they going to find all the Pokemon?
that's a good
They
question.
got to catch them. All.
I fucking hate you.
I know.
A Fallout show or movie, I assume show.
If it's from Amazon, I'm betting it's a show.
Yep.
So that'll be. I think that's got
They
good
already- they
potential.
already
I think it has a lot of potential.
They're like close to starting shooting, ain't they? They showed like pre-production.
I'm expecting 2024.
I thought they were showing like pre-production stuff. I thought Sean showed us that.
Gotcha.
Sean's like the Fallout guy.
Yeah, he is.
He really likes it.
It looks like it might be good. It has a lot of, like you said,
Yeah, it's got a lot of potential,
there's a lot of story back there.
and it's open enough that you can kind of take it in any direction.
Yeah.
Mass Effect. It's supposedly an Amazon show, but it's been unconfirmed that they're actually going to do it.
It's
From
about
what
the
I've
same as
seen.
Fallout. It has
Yeah.
a lot of
It could be so good.
possibilities.
It's a little more story driven than
could be so bad,
Fallout at times, I think. But
What I wouldn't give to see Shepard in like live action
yeah,
and Garrus.
all of them really. A God of War show from Amazon.
It could be good, but this is where the first one I'm going to say where this feels totally unnecessary.
Yes, and it.
Yeah, like what are you going to do?
What are you going to do that's different from the games? Now, if they were to take it and go to a different mythology,
Pantheon.
Like Egyptian.
well, there's talks of an Egyptian game, so they probably wouldn't do that. But even a different one than that.
Chinese.
Yeah, Chinese. Go with Christian. Have him fight Jesus.
I don't think that's going to work out.
I don't think that's going to work out because.
I
But for
would
one good movie,
die for it.
for one movie,
I can see
let
it.
him fight Jesus one time.
I can see it being an episode of South Park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't see it here.
How has that not already been an episode of South Park?
yeah,
It's coming. Probably.
probably soon. Horizon Zero Dawn, which is supposed to be on Netflix.
Give me them robot dinosaurs.
I would watch the movie before I tried to play the game.
Yeah,
again.
'cause it's like 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's true too.
Yeah,
you
you
get the
have to invest.
hopefully would get the whole
Yeah.
story within 2 hours versus 40.
Yeah.
Gears of War show on Netflix.
Could also be like insanely nuts.
It could.
You got to cast Batista's. What's his name? Marcus.
He said he wants to be
Yeah, got to cast him as it.
This could be really good with Michael Bay too, though.
Yeah.
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 It's a big
I'm
bombastic.
not a big Michael Bay fan, but there is
certain,
a time and place for Michael Bay.
There are
Yes.
genres and moments he fits in perfectly, and Gears of War would fit that.
that is true.
Speaking of, this is going to be very similar to Gears of War because of the design of the game.
Warhammer 40K.
Or yeah, I'm only excited about this because
Henry Cavill's in
yeah,
it.
We have a trustworthy steward, hopefully, to like not make it be dog shit.
as long as they don't do what the Witcher studio is doing, where they're like, but our creative autonomy.
Allegedly doing. We don't know.
Yeah.
We weren't
Probably,
there.
Probably won't ever know.
Yeah. It will never be.
Oh, we can guess.
I mean,
He's too nice, and executives are never going to say that they were like, yeah, fuck the IP.
I mean, here's the thing. We are going to know whenever season 3
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
out. And then season 4, even on top of that, we'll know if they strayed drastically from the story and things get super shitty. We'll know. And are there any others that we can think of? I guess let me rephrase that. Are there any video games that you would like to see a show or movie adapted into? And maybe even go straight from
Dragon Age.
Fair.
There are. I think there is an animated show on
I think
Netflix currently.
Yeah, I think there is a Dragon Age.
But I want a live action, like full high fantasy. Like,
Yeah.
got to give me the
One of my
gory
top
blood.
ones is on here, Fallout.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Fallout would be a good one. I can't really think of any video games that stick out to me. That would be good.
I'm blanking on the name.
There's so many video games.
The one with the laser gun. The like,
Half-Life?
nope.
No, not Half-Life. Dead Space.
Dead Space. That'd be cool.
That'd be a good horror movie.
I want either like a fantasy movie or I want a sci-fi movie.
Fantasy or sci-fi. Got it. I can't think of any other movies or any other video games that would be really good to turn into a movie. There's so many video games that my brain's just like, think about it, figure it out. And
I would just say anything could be good if done correctly.
Movie.
I would say no on Skyrim because you have such a wide range for your character creation that defining what the character should be like is kind of...
It would just be more like it would take place in the world of Skyrim.
Yeah.
It would just be Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, like an Elder Scrolls show.
If they're going to do it, they need to go away from what the actual game is, so they have a little bit more room to work with the story. And I mean, they need to go off of like an already created piece of lore that kind of defines the room that they're working in.
Yeah.
So they need to have the freedom, but they need to have some sort of direction. So pick some story from the games that isn't about the games themselves.
Yeah.
Or the books. So.
Nah, I guess that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't think of any video. My brain is blanking on video
I got
games.
a funny one. That would be like a funny comedy. Papers, Please. It'd be funny.
That would be funny.
I would be interested. Like, yeah. I could see like somebody like you'd have like Taika Waititi or something being as the. I can only think of him as like Jojo Rabbit Hitler.
Yeah.
Like stamping passport. You cannot come in this country.
Yeah. And then he fucks up and they shoot him on the spot. All right. So that'll wrap up everything on this episode. We appreciate you guys listening. If you want to talk to us, you can talk to us on our Discord. There's links in the description. Links to that in the description. You can also find links to the Discord and our Facebook page on anchor.fm/chaotically-nerdy. And that'll wrap everything up. So we appreciate you guys listening. We hope that you join us for the next one. Bye.
Deuce.
Bye.